is going on, boys and girls? It's your boy Mr. Showtime coming at you with another video right now, and I kind of wanted to talk about a situation that's going on today. It actually broke earlier today, and it's actually nothing that's really much of a surprise, but Ryan Reeves, aka Ryback, took to the internet to let everybody know that he and the WWE are no longer going to be doing any business. This is coming off the heels of, I guess, like his sit-at-home kind of, I don't know, protest or whatever you want to do, basically letting his contract run out. There was a contract dispute between Ryback and the WWE, and this really didn't come, to any kind of surprise. It's something that we really thought that was going to be going on, and to be honest with you, I thought that it just was just what it was. I thought that we just were gonna get like a quiet announcement from the WWE, and that was gonna be it. But he actually took to social media today. Was talking about how he's launching his own website come Monday. I think he's already got T-shirts out. He's doing some nutrition supplements and stuff like that. And it really is a shame. And I tell you what, as a smaller guy myself, I've always rooted for the smaller guys. But I've always thought, some of these big guys were actually cool. Like, I was really into Goldberg for some weird reason. And, guys like Kane. I was never really like a Big Show guy. But, with this announcement with Ryback leaving and being one of those, larger-than-life characters, what do you really think? I mean, is it like, in my opinion, today's world of professional wrestling, and especially the shift that WWE's taken, there's really not much of a place for the big men. And this is not, to offend any fans of super heavyweights or these real big guys, but if you really think about it, like with the WWE taking a little bit more notice to guys like Finn Balor and Neville, and with your heavyweight champion being Dean Ambrose, who's a smaller guy. You have one of your main events really is between two cruiserweights. You have Finn Balor and Seth Rollins for that Universal title. For the longest time, and it's kind of like, WWE went back to that big man, the big muscle-bound dude. Like, obviously John Cena's a jack guy. John Cena is a body, he's an ex-bodybuilder. They had Roman Reigns, and we have Sheamus, and we got guys like that. But those are guys that can really move. But then you look at guys like Ryback and guys like Braun Strowman and the Big Show, and again, no offense to any of these gentlemen, but at least today, 2016, is there really a place for those super heavyweights there? In my opinion, I think there is a time and a place. I think they should be like special attractions. For example, like the way that WWE is using Mark Henry and the Big Show right now. Like, you really don't see them a lot. And even Kane, Kane was in the Battle Royal, and that's like a really good spot for big guys like this. It's going to be like Battle Royals, and, maybe like a Survivor Series when you're trying to get, like, build that Ultimate Survivor Series team. I know they're doing like this big push with Braun Strowman now because, he's separated from the Wyatts. He's on Raw, so they got him kind of beating up jobbers. And, I get that, but, how long before Braun Strowman turns into a comedy character, just like they did with Great Khali? And you look at guys like Great Khali, who are just larger than life, and, at first, you see them come onto the scene, and they're this big opposing character, and when they tower over guys like The Undertaker and tower over guys like John Cena and Randy Orton, it is intimidating, and it is a sight to be seen. But when the ring when the ring bell rings and the match begins, do these guys really have what it takes to keep up with a Randy Orton and keep up with a Seth Rollins? as big of a Seth Rollins fan as I am, and as big of a fan as of his world title run back in 2015 that I you know or yeah 2015, you know the most boring program he was in to me was his program with Kane, and I like Kane. I like the character Kane. I think it's just the big over the top character. Um, Hellfire, Brimstone, coming from hails from hell or wherever, right? Maybe that's just my love for comic books. Maybe it's something like that. But you know, the thing with that is that it you got to have these guys mesh, and certain big guys will work. Like the Undertaker can make anybody look good. Kane, for the most part, can make everybody look good, but I think he's kind of winding down in his career. He's moving a little slower. But I mean, if I'm gonna see a feud between the Big Show and Seth Rollins, or Big Show and Finn Balor, I mean, that's it's really going to be one-sided. There's not going to be a lot that you can really do with that. It's going to be the classic David versus Goliath. And after one time of seeing that, then you've seen it all. Um, with WWE really focusing on the cruiserweights now, we have the cruiserweight division coming to Monday Night Raw, and we have the Cruiserweight Classic when you guys get to see people like Cedric Alexander and Grand Metalik and friggin' Kota Ibushi and Johnny Gargano. I mean, that to me is professional wrestling. That's professional wrestling like as it is today. Um, and I can be wrong. I could be completely just this is just my opinion. Um, I have friends who are like they love the big guys. They love when Roman Reigns spears somebody out of nowhere. Like when Rhino came back on SmackDown. I had friends who love guys like that. The big brute dudes, and they just they love it. And that kind of goes back to like Rhino. I think could fit, but a guy who's more like Rhino's size that can really work is a guy like Rusev. Now, a guy like Rusev can keep up with a guy like Seth Rollins or Randy Orton or a John Cena. We've seen the feud with him and John Cena, and it was actually very intriguing, and it was almost like a 4-month long feud. And you can say what you want about John Cena, but at the same time, it takes two to tango, and Rusev was really a great asset to that feud, and to today's feuds. Rusev is very entertaining, but I would much rather watch a Rusev match that goes about 6, 7, maybe 10 minutes, working with a really good partner, than watch Braun Strowman squash 2 or 3 jobbers at a time. That's just me. So with Ryback leaving and Ryback kind of taking his ball and going home, and this is I don't know all the details. I don't know all the the ins and outs of the contract dispute and whatnot. I know it had something to do with if you're booked to lose, you should make as much money as the guy who's booked to win. And to a point, I totally agree with that. But just with Ryback leaving, and I believe he actually owns the name Ryback. And if anybody remembers, I think it was the night of Slammiversary that Ryback tweeted out to Dixie Carter, and he called himself Ryborg. So I don't know if that was like a new name that he's trying to get, but he talked about possibly going to TNA. And I tell you what, I don't know what his non-compete clause is going to be here, but if Ryback is going to be going to TNA, I mean, Bound for Glory is a few months away. So that's that's a real a possibility just to see Ryback turn up in TNA. But as far as like big men in pro wrestling today, the big oversized guys, let me know what you think. Do you think they fit now? Do you think that we're moving more towards the smaller guys, like guys like Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor? Let me know what you think, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the comments also what kind of videos you want to see going forward. It's your boy, Mr. Showtime, saying thank you once again for your time, and have a great rest of your night.